Back in the palace. The next morning, Ada was brought back to the palace by Paki, the Egyptian steward. Jara saw her walking away, but she didn't look happy. Jara turned to see if Eaton had noticed, but Eaton was sitting alone, looking out the back window of their abode, not seeming to see or hear anything. "Please, my queen." Ada kneeled at her queen's feet, her face touching the floor, tears flowing from her eyes. "Please don't make me marry Paki, and please, please consider me letting me marry this other man." The queen didn't look at her beautiful slave. She stared straight in front of her with a hard heart and hard ears. "Ada, this has all been very difficult for me. I don't want to give you up, but it seems I must give you up completely or let you marry Paki and still keep you in my service. I know nothing about this other Hebrew, and even though you say amazing things about his character, you know the rule. No Hebrew males are allowed to work in the palace. It's for security reasons. I'm afraid I'm just going to have to obey my husband in this matter so that I don't lose you and can also make him happy." Ada still knelt on the floor, trying vainly to stop crying. She couldn't help feeling crushed, even though she had already known that the queen would refuse her request. Ada felt all hope within her die as she tried to swallow her sobs. "Please, Ada, I understand your pain, but it's for the best. Please don't ask me about this again. I can't do anything else for you." The queen's voice was as hard as stone and as cold as ice. Ada stood slowly, wiping away her tears and keeping her head bowed in subjection. "Yes, my queen," she whispered, tremulously. "Now, please prepare my lunch. A couple of our fine noblewomen will be joining me for the meal." "Yes, my queen," Ada murmured as the queen dismissed her with a wave of her hand. Ada practically flew down the corridors to the kitchen to get the food. She really hoped she didn't run into Paki right now. He seemed to always be looking out for her, and she greatly appreciated that, but now she just wanted to be alone. It was all she could do to suppress the anger that welled in her bosom. But it wasn't so much anger as it was sorrow and pain. Ada knew she couldn't be angry with the queen, but she couldn't help but wish there was another way out of this. "Yahweh, please show me the way. Light my path before me and show me what to do," Ada whispered. Feeling a little relieved, she threw herself into the day's tasks before her, striving to overcome her emotions and serve the queen as she had always done. A couple of days later, Amisa came late in the evening to tell Jara some exciting news. A betrothal was being worked out between Paki and Ada. Though Amisa's parents and Ezra didn't seem very happy about the match at all, Amisa seemed thrilled to be getting an older brother. "He's really nice, Jara. He's not like most Egyptians. I think Ada will be happy with him. He adores her. He's really tall and sings and writes very well. He actually wrote a song for Ada. Isn't that sweet? I'm glad he's going to be my brother. Though I thought for sure that Eaton was going to get married to Ada. Oh well, he didn't ask, I guess. And, Jara, are you listening?" Jara wasn't trying to be rude, but she really didn't want to hear her friend's comments. It was nice that Ada was going to be happy enough where she was. But what about Eaton? Eaton had asked for Ada's hand. Father had told her so. That was why Eaton had been so quiet and gone off so much by himself the past couple of days. Vainly, Jara tried to comfort him, but Eaton seemed to have a sorrow in him that would take a very, very long time to heal. About a week later, Jara was tucking Yanni into bed when Eaton entered the house. No one else was around, and Jara noticed that there seemed to be a new spring in Eaton's step. "Eaton, I haven't seen you this happy in a long time," Jara stated. Eaton shrugged and smiled a little. "I guess I just haven't had much to be happy about." "Have you talked with Ada?" Jara asked, thinking perhaps that the situation between the two of them had been resolved. "No." A painful expression crossed Eaton's face, but it left just as quickly when he responded. "But Yahweh has given me a sense of peace that's hard to describe. It still hurts, but I will get over it," Eaton finished with conviction. "I'm so glad," Jara breathed. She looked lovingly into her older brother's face. He looked almost like his gentle, lovable self again. It was wonderful to see the desolate expression leave Eaton's face, though Jara could still tell that Eaton thought often about Ada. He didn't go to see her or talk to her, lest she should arouse more emotions in him, which he was endeavoring to hide. Even so, Eaton never did seem to fully recover from his sadness. Jara often saw him sitting by the window late at night, a blank expression on his face. Will Eaton ever fully recover and go beyond just having peace to being the happy young man he was before? Jara wondered, hoping vainly with all her heart that her question would soon be answered.